Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner, along with Joe Schaefer, Sarah Cowgill, Jeff Charles, and Andrew Moran. And this is the Conservative Five, Liberty Nation's online TV news program. Oprah Winfrey hosted a rare primetime show featuring Harry, formerly the prince, and his wife, Meghan Markle. Lord, you would have thought these people were just scraping by. Some say it was the actress's finest performance ever, worthy of an Emmy or an Oscar. Ms. Meghan appeared oppressed, depressed, angry, and looking for justice, all while she lounged in a private villa with hair and makeup folks priming and primping. The angst was potent, as were the not-too-subtle accusations of a racist monarchy. Even those who usually dial out the royal nonsense found the performance more than a bit tawdry. Our panel was royally divided on the issues that the beleaguered family must contend with, so I'll start with Joe and see if we can keep the discussion on the rails. I know how very fascinated you are with the British monarchy, Joe, but seriously, what say you about the trials and tribulations of privilege and wealth? Also, what do you make of America's fascination with the crown?
Yeah, that's the part I'm interested in. I'm not going to deny I have no interest at all in what's going on with these two. If the British want to subsidize their celebrities, good luck to them. Give them a crown. I don't care. Here in America, we believe in meritocracy, that you rise based on your own cap. That's the myth, at least. But, are we really so much better than the British? We have our royalty. They're not subsidized celebrities. We put them in government. If you want to look at American princes, two fools who are American princes, how about Mario Cuomo's kids, Andrew and Chris Cuomo? Are they not American royalty? They would never have gotten where they were if it wasn't for their last name. This is nepotism. This is who you know. They were anointed by birth for this position that it's clear they are woefully unqualified for. And I was seeing that Andrew Cuomo killed people, as his role as New York governor. Chris Cuomo makes a fool of himself on a nightly basis when he staged that I'm coming out of my basement from my coronavirus lockdown. I mean, that kind of narcissistic self-absorption, isn't that the pampered, entitled, everything we're talking about with Meghan and Harry right now? So we have our own royalty here in America. I don't want to bring up sports and talk about a big discussion. It's a huge problem in sports today. Everyone talks about Colin Kaepernick, and I don't like the NFL. The NFL was ruined 15 years ago when all these spoiled, rotten coaches' kids started getting jobs that they have no qualifications for except for their last name. And I bring it up because it's so funny to me. It used to be a blue-collar thing. You wear your jersey and your cap and you cheer for your team. And you've got this rich kid's son calling the plays. It just amazes me that, to me, that is American royalty. So, we can laugh at Meghan and Harry, but we've got this here with our politicians, with our entertainment venues. We're stuck with these incompetent royals ourselves, and I hope I didn't go off the rails there.
Okay, Joe, now would you please tell us how you really feel?
Well, I always do that.
All right, Andrew, a GoFundMe page was set up to pay off the mortgage on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, or formerly Prince Harry's, $14.6 million California estate. But that's gone bust. It's only raised $110. Can you imagine why that would be?
Well, they must have asked Canadians, because Canadians are obsessed with the royal family, maybe because we're all subjects of the Queen Mother. But don't get me started on the Royals. Unless we're talking about the 2015 World Series where they defeated the New York Mets. That's something else here. It's an antiquated institution. Its history is odious, and its modern day presence it's ludicrous, and it's the personification of privilege. We're constantly told how important they are to the United Kingdom because of all the tourism dollars or tourism pounds. But this is a preposterous take, because who goes to England to see the Queen Mother or the royal family? They visit Buckingham Palace. They go to Big Ben. They go to see Mark Angelides and Laura Volkovic. That's the things that people want to see. They don't want to see Prince Harry or Prince Philip or whoever the other princes are, and duchesses and duchesses and all that stuff. No serious person should ever care what these glorified welfare recipients think. I'm not going to weep for Meghan Markle and her all-time $1 million estate. I'm not going to weep for a prince who who broke a fingernail, or whose shoes wasn't shined properly. I share Christopher Hitchens' views on Princess Diana too. I would say that Prince Harry's comparison to Meghan Markle and his mother are correct. They were both infantiles, throwing dramatic temper tantrums and playing the victim despite being privileged and wealthy.
All righty, Sarah, give it a go.
Does anybody like the royals on this panel? I thought I was going to be the holdout. I come from a very long line, late 1600s of people who turned into treasonous bastards, and I don't care one whit about what Harry or Meghan does. I still trying to figure out what the hell their last name is now. But beyond that, the difference between American royalty, like the Kennedys, like the Bushes to some extent, like the Cuomos, is that it's American. And they go to the top, and when they fall like splat, like Humpty Dumpty. The monarch, they just, shove him off in a corner over in England somewhere, and we don't know anything that happened to him. We don't know how many kids they used to have or who had 3 ears and 4 nostrils. We don't know, and I don't care to know. I am a 1776 and before kind of girl. I find it amazing that we spend so much time talking about it. I don't know anything about Harry. I remember Princess Diana because I thought she was kind of a hoot. She was a little off her rocker too. I think they all are. If you marry into that family, you're going to be crazy. So, you marry into this as Meghan Markle did, and she goes, I don't want to be a royal. Let's leave. I've had my wedding. Let's go be famous somewhere else. And now they're living with it. I don't care.
But you brought up a really
I don't care if they go back to England.
Right. You brought up a really important point, and that is if you marry into this family. I mean, what are you expecting? Jeff, what do you think?
I don't care. Here's the thing. I didn't even watch the interview. I just watched what people said about it afterwards. You know what? I tend not to dismiss problems just because people have a lot of money. Because, we've seen billionaires commit suicide and go through all kinds of stuff. However, when it comes to Prince Ginger and Markle and whatever these people are, it just doesn't matter to me, and I don't see why we care so much about the royal family on both sides. I don't see why we need to defend Markle or the royal family. Why would we defend a royal family that is covering up for a suspected pederast? These people are not important to me. I'm sure most of them are nice people. I'm sure Markle and Harry have their flaws, and I'm sure in other ways they're decent people. At the same time, this whole thing is just stories like this are completely useless, but if they're at least funny or entertaining, then I'm good with it. This is boring. There's nothing, I can't even figure out a good way to make fun of these people because they're just so dull. Just go ahead. And the idea that they got $110, that's $110 too much. They wanted $14 million. That could have gone to people who actually need it. I don't care if you're not a royal anymore. You're still good to go. You can get some acting contracts. I've heard that they're even talking to Netflix about a deal. So, they're going to be fine. The royal family is going to be fine. And I'd rather focus more on our royalty, not the Kennedys, but the Kardashians. They're royalty too, and they're hilarious.
Don't go there.
I'm sorry, they're funny. They are worth making fun of. These people, I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Well, Sarah will always be royalty to me in my heart.
Aww. Yeah, and that makes me unhappy because I don't want to be royalty. Unless if I was born in the royal family, I'd have been Princess Margaret. Because I'd have somebody groom my horses, saddle them up. I could ride all freaking day. They would take care of them when I got done. And then I could go out and party all night. What kind of a life is that? If you're not going to be the queen, I'd take that. But I don't know any better. All I know is I come from a long line of treasonous bastards. And damn it, I'm proud of that.
All righty. Well, let's wrap this up. Whether you're an avid royal watcher or an apathetic witness with a treasonous bent, and a few are here, the royals have somehow again captured America's attention. And whatever is wrong with permitting ourselves with a laugh at a story and with a story from time to time, we needn't take ourselves so seriously as those on the left so often do. And with that, cheerio to all you American prince and princesses out there. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform, YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble, or on them all. As well, Liberty Nation has its own Roku channel where you can see all our TV productions. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember to surf on over to libertynation.com. Sign up for our new member zone, just $29.99 for the entire year. That's only 9 cents a day, folks. And thanks so much for watching C5, a production of libertynation.com, conservative news where truth matters.